In this video, I'm going to tell you the one and only campaign type that you're ever going to use when it comes to running Facebook ads. And this is a conversion campaign. And I'm also going to tell you exactly why conversion campaigns have been the only campaigns that we've been using for years when we run our ad accounts, and why I also would never consider any other campaign type like video view campaigns, reach, frequency, awareness campaigns, traffic campaigns, and all these other options that Facebook gives you. So mainly the reason boils down to the way your pixel and your learning phase interact with one another. Because if you go into your Facebook Ads Manager and you launch a conversion campaign, it always asks this question: what should be your defined event, your conversion event, your goal? And if you run a conversion campaign, this goal in this conversion event is precisely used for the optimization of your impression delivery. So if you use purchase and 10 people purchase in that campaign, the learning phase has a much closer look at these 10 people who've triggered your conversion event that was used for your algorithm optimization. And it analyzes these 10 people very, very deeply. And then it uses a look-aliking behavior. It's a bit different than the way your targeting uses look-aliking, but it looks at your existing conversions and takes that data and feeds it into your delivery. So all the other people that will be reached by your ads, now it steers towards reaching people that are similar towards people that have converted. And that is why over time, with each conversion, your learning phase and your traffic direction basically gets optimized into your area of existing conversions. So it means that the people that interact with your whole business and that convert on these different set conversion goals, it's very important what type of goal you set. Because imagine you have a video view campaign. The logic says, you can get lots and lots of cheap video views by using a video view campaign instead of a conversion campaign. But it's still a conversion campaign, just with a different goal in mind. In this case, the goal is a video view. And so what happens is that the algorithm brings away your targeting from your ideal customer persona, which would be your leads or your purchases or your existing customers, which could be used as a source. And it steers towards reaching people that have the highest chance of getting you a video view. But these people might not necessarily have anything in common with your real persona, the real persona that you want to build, like these 18 to 24-year-old young male that are interested in this and this and this and have these kind of behaviors, like your business's persona. Now you're targeting people that have the highest chance of doing that video view. So with this video view campaign, your audience that your ads are delivering to, they don't have anything to do anymore with your ideal persona. You're targeting video viewers that just have the random behavior of watching a lot of videos on Facebook. Or for example, look at the traffic campaign. The traffic campaign type is basically a conversion campaign with the landing page event as the conversion goal. So these campaigns will optimize towards people that have the behavior of clicking everything or clicking a lot and browsing all sorts of different pages. And you will get very cheap click costs there, just like you would get a very cheap video view cost on these specific campaigns, but they don't progress through your funnel because the event that you set is way too superficial. It's an almost completely irrelevant upper funnel event that doesn't bring in enough persona-based customer data of your ideal customer. And so the logic basically looks like this. If you just as an example, we have an e-commerce business here. The 4 most important events are page view, add to cart, checkout, and the thank you page, which is a purchase event. Even prior to page view, you could have like the video view event. And you see how using a video view event, it completely skips the whole progress and the whole purpose of using that purchase conversion anyways. Because it just optimizes for everyone who interacts with your ads. And these most of the time are not ideal customers. They are completely different to your customer persona, and these are just people that watch a lot of videos online. Just like the page view conversion goal, like a traffic campaign, it gets you the cheapest clicks, and you get clicks for like 10 cents, 20 cents, 5 cents in countries like Germany or the US, which is way cheaper than click costs you might get from conversion campaigns that optimize for purchase events. But these clicks, you get like hundreds of clicks, but not even one of them will add to cart or make a checkout or even purchase your product. They don't do it because they are not your customer persona. These are the kind of people that the algorithm finds you that are the cheapest to click on an ad. It doesn't matter which ad. It's most of the time not even relevant to your topic. These are people that will not buy your product or trigger any of these other events. When it comes to add to cart, checkout, and purchase, now we're getting somewhere. And this basically can only be done with a conversion campaign using one of these specific events as the goal to optimize. And back in the days, let's say 5 years ago, where a lot of marketers tried around with different strategies and different ideas, it was fairly common for an e-commerce business to use the add to cart event as the main conversion goal for your next conversion campaigns. And the reason is, especially when you start out or you have a higher priced product or your funnel isn't really low risk, so it's kind of hard to get in your first customers. And if you have a low budget, like 100 euros per day or 50 euros per day, it might take you some time to build up that data for your learning phase and for your pixel to get, let's say, 50, 100, 200 purchases. Because this learning phase, it needs data. And maybe you only get 5 sales per week, then it takes way too long to optimize your campaigns. What you could do though, is if you get 5 sales per week, you maybe get 20 or 30 add to carts per week. And you could try to increase that add to cart number, the amount of people that trigger this event, and use this event to inform your optimization algorithm, and potentially even lookaliking that event once it reached a high number. Because lookaliking or using 500 valid add to carts might work pretty well and work even much better than your interest or behavior targeting, while your account is just not ready to use your 20, 40, 50 sales in that matter. So you don't have enough data on these events while you have enough data on these events. So this used to work, and it can definitely still work. I think on TikTok, it's a valid practice right now to do exactly that, to use your add to cart conversion goal as the campaign goal to optimize towards. And the main difference between an add to cart and a page view and a video view is there's much, much more purchase intention now here. Now we're finally getting towards actual users who've actually showed some interest in reading your page all the way to the bottom, clicking that button and getting to the next page, or putting something into their cart and actually showing a purchase intention. And optimizing campaigns towards people that show a purchase intention is definitely a valid thing. Using a lookalike feature to lookalike the 500 or 5,000 people that have showed a purchase intention in your business is also a valid thing. And now the algorithm goes in and you analyzes all these different people in that cohort and takes that data and uses it for upper funnel first impression delivery onto other people which are similar to that. So the logic still is always, whenever one campaign gets one of these conversion triggers, it looks at the person who just triggered that event, and it uses the data to further steer your impression delivery and show your ads to people similar to this one. And the more deeper you put this event into your funnel, the better it is. On add to cart level and on checkout level, it can still happen, and this happened to me, I would say like 5, 6, 7 times in my career, that the algorithm went completely in a wrong direction, just like it can go completely in a wrong direction with video views or with page views. In this case, your pixel is optimizing for people that have the random behavior of putting a lot of things into their shopping carts. This is like weird random people that browse on Facebook, and whenever they land somewhere, they just put everything into their cart. Like that's just their behavior, and they like that, and this the way they save their products, or they want to figure out how the add to cart animation looks in your store because maybe they are web designers and they're looking at your business, and now your algorithm, which is basically dumb and doesn't know that, it only knows the data, and it looks at the customer who just triggered the add to cart and it feeds that data to your delivery. So this will bring your algorithm in a completely wrong direction, especially in the lead gen space. When you have a consulting business or some sort of service and you're generating leads, this might happen actually quite a lot, that you get really bad lead quality. You get leads from people that have the habit of putting in their email address quite easily, and your algorithm optimizes towards cheap leads, but your cheap leads might not necessarily be the best leads. And then you have them on your phone and you talk to 10, 20 people and you're like, why are these people all so weird? They are not my customer persona. They are weird. They don't have the purchasing power. They don't have the money. They don't have the problem. They are completely off my core persona, because your algorithm was taking a too superficial conversion event to inform the direction of your ad. So what we do with every e-commerce store, with every course, whatever business, with every online business, with every app, we optimize towards conversions as fast as we can. Sometimes if you start with a low budget, nowadays, we don't start with low budgets. We start with like 5,000 a month, 10,000 a month in testing, because we are experts in our field and we only work with businesses that bring this kind of money to the table. But if I would have to work with a business that just doesn't have the money to spend, you can start maybe with add to cart for 1 week, 2 weeks, and then as soon as you get sales, you take your purchase event. Because even 3 purchases in one learning phase are already enough to inform that learning phase with good data. And now for the first time, we are sure that what we're feeding this algorithm is good data. Now, if someone bought, I don't care who it is. Yes, sometimes I do. If I have like a long funnel and I need to make sure that people buy a lot of my upsells, of course, I want to make sure that I actually optimize to people that have a really high chance of getting through the whole funnel and not just leaving after my initial product. But if I have like a good first product that brings in profits, that brings in value, I don't care who buys it. But the algorithm knows every conversion event is valid. Now I really have a really good optimization going, and it can't drift off towards bad audiences anymore. You can't get 20 purchases and have your algorithm optimized on that and then say after a week, oh, I'm getting bad purchases. No, you're getting purchases, you're making money, you have like 5x ROAS. It's great. So purchase event is the way to go. And everything else, every other campaign, every video view campaign, traffic campaign, reach, awareness campaign, these are all really, really superficial events that are used to optimize your campaign, which are not connected to your ideal customer persona. Now, as you use your first purchase event, or potentially even use high CLTV buyers, you optimize towards high ROAS, high conversion value people. This is where the algorithm and all the optimization goes really deep into your business and uses all that data, really, really good existing data from your existing real happy customers, where you as a business owner say, this is my ideal customer persona. And now this data is used to find more people like this through your learning phase. Your pixel starts to understand and embody this type of person as a persona, as your business intelligence. And this can then also be used later for lookaliking, which I can talk about in another video. But for example, if you would lookalike or retarget the video viewers of a video view campaign, you will not get a good audience with that. If you lookalike or retarget page views, let's say 2,000 page viewers, of which none bought because your algorithm drifted in the wrong direction, this lookalike is fed with a super bad source, and it won't give you good data, and your custom audiences and retargeting, all that won't work as well because you have just bad people in that audience. Just like having, for example, 100 add to carts, but only 3 purchases. I mean, these 3 purchases are more valuable to me and the algorithm than 97 people who added it to the cart, but they didn't buy, right? They had a reason for not buying. So why lookalike them? Why use that as your optimization tool? And you see that whenever you use one of these goals, the overall amount of this specific conversion event is way higher. Like usually I would say if I have like a good funnel, I have like 100 page views, 20 add to carts, 15 checkouts, 10 purchases. That's like nice. 100, 20, 15, 10. That happens if I use conversion goals, purchase conversion goal. If I use add to cart, I might get 100 page views, 40, 50 add to carts, but only 7 checkouts and only 4 sales. So you see I have many more add to carts now, but the bottom of funnel most important metric isn't there. So I have like this shifted curve here where it's higher here and then drops like dramatically. While if I use purchase conversion event, I have 100, 20, 10, 15, 10, and a good ROAS and a good conversion rate, and I can scale that business by feeding the good data where I know it's a good, valid, high quality data source here of the right people that are suited to my business's core persona. This data will be used for optimization, and this data will your ad accounts and your ad account and your pixel and your learning phases use this data to further optimize your campaigns towards the right people.